Good morning, everyone. I hope you're ready to have a fantastic Warrior Wednesday today. It's going to be pretty exciting because we're going to be thinking like a scientist and doing a fun experiment called Sink or Float. So get ready to have a fantastic day today. It's day 157 of learning. Will you help me write the number? Making a straight line is fun. That's the way you make a one. Little neck, belly fat, Mr. 5 wears a hat. Let's make a 7. Across the sky, down from heaven. That's the way you make a 7. 157 days of learning. Can you help me think how many more days till 160? Can you show me with your fingers? Well, if we know this is 157, I want you to put that inside your hand right here and count on. And as we count on, we're going to lift a finger. Ready? 158, 159, 160. 3 more days till we get to 160. Now, there's 180 days in a typical school year. So, it's pretty exciting that soon you'll be moving on to first grade. Give yourself a pat on the back. Well, today we're going to take a little break from phonemic awareness, but what we are going to do is begin by saluting our kindergarten salute. You ready? I call it the warrior salute, but I know each of our classrooms says it a little differently. So here we go. Ready to salute? I will be respectful with my words and my actions. I will help myself and I will help others. I will be independent. I am on a quest to be my very best. Well, we're going to get started with reviewing some of our blends, and today I have some more strategies for those tricky words, especially with that letter Y. Ready? Let's review our L blends. First of all, let me make sure they're not topsy-turvy. I hope you're having a great day today and staying strong. Are you enjoying the beautiful spring weather? I am. Let's get to it. Ready? Blend, picture, coal, clock, blend, slow, picture, slide, blend, goal, picture, glove, blend, pull, picture, plane, blend, picture, full, flower, blend, picture, bowl, block. Excellent. Let's review our R blends. Ready? Okay. Blend, picture, tree, blend, picture, drum, blend, picture, frog, blend, picture, grape, blend, picture, broom, blend, picture, crayon. Excellent job. Tomorrow we'll review the S blends. Why don't you help me recite 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Today I have the words for you to read along with me. Ready? Let's do it. This version of the nursery rhyme is slightly different. See if you can spy the difference. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. This time, let's try to sing it. Let's try it to the tune of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Ready? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up 6. 7, 8, let them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. You can try to do all kinds of fun things with this nursery rhyme. Yesterday we read it in a very serious voice. Why don't you try figuring out a fun way to recite this rhyme? This week we're working on strategies for being able to read some of those tricky words. Yesterday I introduced how the letter Y can sometimes be very, very tricky. we worked on words with AY, and we know that when we see AY, it makes that A say the long A sound, but the Y doesn't make a sound. Let's quickly review the words that I showed you yesterday. Ready? Bay, day, hay, lay, may. Try the middle row by yourself. Very good. Pay, ray, say, way, yay. Let's try the blend since that's something we're working on. Ready? Okay, here we see an L blend. Cool, A. Read it, clay. This one's an R blend. Ready? Gray, gray. Another L blend. Ready? Play, play. Another R blend. Pray, pray. This one's not one we've learned, but it's a blend. It's a T blend. Can you make this sound first? Stay, stay. Try this one. Tray. Very good. Last one. Sway, sway. Well, today I want to teach you that the letter Y not only makes the long A sound when it's combined AY, but the letter Y sometimes says the E sound. So these are the words we're going to work on today. Words with Y that make the long E sound. So again, this Y doesn't make the Y sound. I know, it's so tricky. It makes the E sound. Let's try this word. Ready? Baby. Your turn. Try this one. Bear, E. Berry. Your turn. Try this one. Bod, E. Body. Your turn. Excellent. Chair, E. Cherry. Your turn. Good job. Cop, E. Copy. Good job, friends. Try this one. Laid, E. Lady. Let's try these words. Many, party, mommy, daddy, sorry. Let's practice all the words. I read them and then you can read them after me. Ready? Baby, berry, body, cherry, copy, lady. Your turn. Let's try this column. Many, party, mommy, daddy, sorry. Your turn. Try this word. Try this one. Try that one. How about this one? This one? One more. Good. So today we learned that when we see a Y at the end of the word, sometimes it makes the long E sound, as in baby and berry and sorry, and as well as with all of the examples written here. Are you ready for some science? I am. This is a really fun experiment that involves water. So first of all, we know that the number one rule whenever we do science experiments is safety first. So you're definitely going to need the help of a grown-up for this fun experiment. I hope you enjoy it. Today we're going to be doing a fun experiment called Sink or Float. For this activity, I'd like for you to have your journal ready or a piece of paper. Go ahead and title it Sink or Float. Today I'm going to be using a bowl that's full of water that I'll show you in just a moment. As with any and all experiments, be sure to ask the help of a grown-up and make sure to use safety as your number one rule. So we're going to be testing some fun objects that you might already have at home. We're going to test some together, and then you and your families at home can choose to test other things and make predictions. Here's what I wrote down in my journal. I wrote down objects. Can you read this with me? Objects. These are the objects that I want to test today. Penny, pencil, and ice. On this column, I wrote down my prediction because we know that scientists are always making predictions and then testing to see if their predictions were true. So my prediction for the penny is that it will sink because I know that the penny is dense. It's solid. It's made out of copper. So my prediction is that the penny will go all the way to the bottom of the bowl. For the pencil, my prediction is that it will float. I know that when I touch a pencil, it feels very, very light in my hand. It's made out of wood. So my prediction is that it will stay at the top of the water, which means it will float. I've always been curious about ice. So ice, I've seen in cups of water when I'm super thirsty and I want a cold glass of water. My prediction is that it will float. But rather than testing a regular ice cube, I'm going to be testing one of these. This is just a regular ice pack that I put in my kid's lunchbox. So my prediction is that this will float to the top. The next column here is going to be our ability to test these items and their results. So I'm going to be writing S if the object actually sank and F if it floated to see if my predictions were correct. Let's get ready to test. So here I have a bowl of water. Again, you want to make sure to ask a grown-up for help. And now we're going to do some testing. The first thing I'm going to test is the penny. Can you give me a countdown? 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now before I toss it in, my prediction is that it is going to sink. So if it touches all the way to the bottom, I will be correct. Ready? My prediction was correct. The penny sank. All right, the next thing we're going to test is the pencil. My prediction was that it is going to float. Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's at the very top of the bowl. So I was right. The last thing I'm going to test is my ice pack. My prediction is that it would float similar to an ice cube like the ones I've seen in my glasses of water. All right, let's give it a countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's floating at the top next to the pencil. So let's go back and revisit our science journal and take down some notes because we know that scientists write down their observations. So for the penny, was I correct? Did it sink? Yes, it did. So I'm going to write S, and then right next to this, I'm going to give myself a star because my prediction was correct. If you can't make a star yet, you can always make a happy face as an indicator that your prediction was correct. For the pencil, I predicted that it would float. Was I correct? Yes, I was. It did float. Okay. The ice, I predicted that it would float. Was I correct? I was. So I'm going to put an F. My predictions were correct on all 3 counts. Now, here at the bottom, I have space for more objects to test. And I've always been curious about different things that I have lying around, and I'm sure you might be curious about things. One thing I've always been curious about are marbles. So I want to test marbles. Now, after I'm done explaining this to you, I want you to choose your own objects with the help of your family and make sure it's okay for you to test certain things. Okay, always ask permission and make sure you're doing this with the help of a grown-up. Well, I think that the marbles are going to sink to the bottom of the bowl because the marbles are made out of glass and they feel very dense. So my prediction is that they will sink. Okay, other thing I want to test is lemon. You know that lemons are my favorite, and my lemon tree is growing such a beautiful crops of lemons, a beautiful harvest. So I want to test a lemon. On lemon. I think the lemon it does feel dense, but the skin is very, very porous. That means it has lots of little dots. I think that my prediction is that it's going to float. The last thing I want to test is a set of scissors. So I'm going to jot that down over here. scissors. And see, I think that this is made out of metal, so my prediction is that this material is very dense and it is going to sink. All right, I'm going to go ahead and test these now and then see and jot down the results. So let's take a look here. First thing we're going to test are the marbles. Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Did you hear that sound? It's right next to the penny. So my prediction was correct. Let's try the lemon. My prediction was that it would float because it's porous. And it does feel dense, but I think it's still going to float. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's taking its time. But do you see how it's partly in the water and partly floating on top? Yeah, so the lemon floated. My prediction was correct. Let's try the scissors. Now the scissors are made partly of plastic and partly of metal. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Ah, my prediction was that it would sink, and I was indeed correct. So to recap today, your science experiment and exploration, we're going to be jotting down our notes about whether or not these objects will sink or float. You can then go back and draw pictures of the results. For example, my pencil floated and the lemon floated, so I could draw a picture of that and then color it in. The penny sank, and so did the scissors. The ice block floated as well, so I'll put that over there at the top. And it looked like the marble also sank. You can go ahead and jot down your notes here. Don't forget to write down your predictions first and then test your predictions. I want to encourage you to choose things that you've been curious about, but be sure to ask your grown-up at home for permission when testing these out. Have fun exploring with sink or float experiment. Comment. Lots of great things to think about. Don't forget that in your observations, you can always use brave spelling and note-taking skills as well as picture power to jot down your observations. I want to wish you a wonderful Warrior Wednesday. I can't wait to check in with my class later today. It's the highlight of my day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Continue to stay strong and do your very best.